Sanford, and for monitoring for our Bluejays, Elijah Words. Winterset Huskies, Gavin Groves, and monitoring for our Bluejays, Silas McKinney. Members of the Bonneret for our Youth Wrestling Club. Sam McDonald. And for the Blue Jays, Calvin Wagner. Now we're ready for Cash Hetherington and Max Hill. Now in the match for the Huskies, Cash Hetherington, and for the Blue Jays, Max Thorpe.
Good evening, Blue Jay fans, and welcome to Bondurant, Iowa for a little Raccoon River Conference matchup in wrestling here with the visiting Winterset Huskies, and you're Bondurant for our Blue Jays. Patrick Meyer with Rich Powers to come later, and we're just finished up some JV matches, and we'll get varsity started here shortly. So the Blue Jays coming in 13-0 in duels, did a couple of dual tournaments, so 13-0 in duels, 4-0 in conference. Winterset more traditional tournaments on the weekend, so they're 4-3 in duels and 2-1 in conference. Projected starting lineups tonight, we are planning to start at heavyweight, 285. That's going to match up for the Blue Jays, expected to be Noah Winger, a senior, 12-5, versus Seth Vanderlinden. Then we'll switch back to 106, where you'll see Kobe Pfizer versus Gavin George. 113, you'll see probably Ryder Harris versus Judah Gerwell. 120, you'll see Reed Foster versus Alberto Iniesta. 126, you're going to see ranked Matthew McRae. He's ranked number 8 versus Niall Benj. 132, you're going to see number 3 ranked Connor Pfizer versus Cale Hirsch. At 138 pounds, you're going to see Colton Carpenter versus Jace Jensen. 144, we'll see Blake Briley versus Gavin Day. 150 pounds, you're going to number 3 ranked Nolan Fellers versus Jax Jensen. 157 pounds, we're going to see number 6 Jack Lewis versus Kane Kybers. 165 pounds, you're going to see number 9 Jordan Ryle versus Zach Cloak. 175 Talon Dove or Chase Ryle versus Zach Morfett. 190 pounds Brayton Gipple versus Carson Bellamy. And then we'll finish the night at 215 pounds with Andrew Hockett versus Jaden Cooper. Jaden Cooper ranked number 7. Bondurant 3A in wrestling, Winterset 2A in wrestling. So if you're trying to look them up on rankings, it's a little bit different. But we've got Rich Powers now with us. He had to stop and get the standard popcorn.
The best in the conference, the popcorn.
And the only green bags in the conference.
That's right. Sponsored by Parks Custom Homes, thankfully.
As you get the tunnel from the junior wrestler program. It's a nice little adjustment here as we welcome all of the youth wrestlers and future high school Blue Jays to the building. Well, Rich, I mean, now that you're back, I was just talking. I went through our starting lineups and talked about Bondurant being 4-0 in conference, 13-0 overall. Winterset 2-1 in conference and just 4-3 overall, as Bondurant's done a couple of dual tournaments, so their dual record is much higher. But should be a nice little matchup here. Bondurant and Winterset always have, I would say, close duels in wrestling, and we'll see what tonight brings. But it's definitely been a matchup near the top of the RRC for the last probably 5 years or so.
Anytime you face Winterset, you know you're going to have some fireworks, some talented athletes, great coaching, strong tradition. So it's going to be fun.
So we're going to start at heavyweight tonight as we go through the starting lineups here, and as we look ahead, Bondurant's going to go to Atlantic for the Roland Dyer Wrestling Tournament on Saturday. Well, you'll see some teams from Nebraska, some teams from Western Iowa, some 2A teams, some 3A teams, maybe even a few 1A teams. I feel like there was a bracket last year that had a top 3 kid at 1A, 2A, 3A, and a top 3 kid from Nebraska all in the same bracket. So it's a different tournament, but it definitely brings some solid competition. And then, we're looking forward to Bondurant finishing a strong season as we move towards the postseason for wrestling. Last year we switched up how postseason works as far as the team goes. We switched to the top 24 ranked teams getting into a dual tournament, and that's just based off of rankings. Back when we were 2A, it was based off of who placed where in sectionals and that, but that's gone by the wayside, and team duels happens a couple weeks earlier, the same weekend as girls' state tournament, and just overall, I think a nice adjustment to the schedule. Keeps everybody active in the dual tournament versus people sitting out, and good postseason run.
I think it's a better approach for the athletes and for the kids. You don't want them to have to pick between team competitions and individual.
We'll step aside for the national anthem.
as we observe a moment of silence for the folks in Perry, Iowa. It's time we honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
As you know, we had a moment of silence for our friends over in Perry, a rough day over there, and hearts go out to our fellow Raccoon River Conference, or former Raccoon River Conference school, but just a tough day, and prayers for all of them. A lot to be said and nothing to be said at the same time that's going to help from this perspective, but we are thinking about you, and we'll move on to wrestling for tonight as we get our captains out there to start the coin flip, per se. The visitors team red. Green is home. Visitors are red. That's pretty standard in wrestling, but a lot of times for wrestling, we act like some of you have never watched it before because it gives us more to talk about.
Well, and the rules are constantly evolving with out of bounds and what's a takedown, etc. So it's good to stay up to speed on it all.
So starting here at heavyweight, is you either start at the beginning weight or you start by a random, and today it's random and it's going to be heavyweight. So we're going to have Noah Winger for Bondurant coming in as a 12-5 senior, and he'll be facing Seth Vanderlinden, a junior who's 16-5. See if we can get a little bit of fireworks here as they both try to tie up and go big man body lock. You like the bear hug side of that better than the double overs?
You know, I think it's all about hip position, and if he's able to, if Noah's able to get his hips back a little bit and push the opponent away, he's in good shape. If he gets pulled in, he's going to have some trouble.
So we're going to stalemate that, no motion, so we'll go back to the center.
Hand control and underhook, that's key here to be the first to engage and get the position you want to be in. Noah doesn't necessarily want to be in that position. Not that he's not skilled in that area, but it's kind of an all or nothing result sometimes.
Sometimes you see a difference based off whether there's a height difference to the opponent. These guys look to be fairly similar. Noah might be a little bit larger, but pretty comparable, it looks like.
Yeah, Noah's knows what he's doing in here. So, but again, it's a dangerous scenario, and you just want to be careful. I like that adjustment, his shot. I think not giving up on that shot because I think he had him in a good position. Of course, it's easy to say that from up here.
The other thing, though, that does is it does show you're working more than just kind of hanging out, which as it plays out, a lot of times you can have somebody look like they're stalling, and you've kind of made a motion to the official already that, hey, no, I'm active, I'm looking for a shot, not just dancing.
Yeah, there's a theatrics portion to it with officials making sure they know that you're making a good effort and that you're you know what they're supposed to be doing.
Nearing the end of the first period here. High school, it is 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes for each of the 3 periods. Oh, as Vanderlinden gets in on a single, short time, Noah's able to get his leg back down. And barring some, we're going to go to the end of the first period, 0-0.
Good result. I feel good on the mat for Noah, up or down.
And Vanderlinden's choice, he's going to choose the down position. Yeah. Noah has had pretty decent success from the top position, as we've talked about. He utilizes a good portion of that 285-pound weight limit.
Well,
and that's a lot to be holding down on top.
Yeah, and being patient, right? It's early in the match. Keep breaking the man down. You usually need to break a guy down 3, 4, 5 times before you break their spirit a little bit, and that's important to just stay patient. Sometimes you get rushed and you try to do too much too soon, and that's not always the best recipe. Good
job snatching that wrist there from Noah.
Got to keep driving forward. Lift that leg. There you go. There you go.
And he's looking for some back points here. Going to try and put a half in.
Yeah, I think he's got the underneath arm
trapped.
Yeah, it's that was a good series there.
Now he's got the left arm pinned. Well, got it out. Nice hard cross face there. Basically, I'm not sure exactly that he's looking hard for the pin yet as much as he's just pressuring.
Now he's got a little bit of a serious
butcher.
Yeah. Again.
Oh, there you go.
Again, patience and taking your time, not rushing here, because what you don't want to do is give him an escape here. You want to keep your weight on him, wear him down. I think we're getting closer to him threading the arm here. Nope. But he stays behind and in control.
Good decision coming back around, keeping him away from getting an escape. And again, Noah's just been pressuring him for almost a minute and a half now, and that just wears on you.
Love to see him go back to the ankle and break him down. I don't know who the warning is on.
That's on red, so.
I'm not sure.
And.
Oh, my gosh, that is dangerously close to the back points. Get behind him. That is not a neutral.
And so he's still grounded, so he's going to stay down. 18 seconds remaining. You agree with the official. We'll note that as well.
You know, at heavyweight, I'm having a hard time getting on board with stalling is the only thing. I like it. It goes for us, but both athletes are working pretty hard.
Yeah.
You try to get up with 275 on you.
Right.
Respectfully, sir.
So Noah's going to ride him out for the whole period. No riding points in high school, but still a really good period there from Noah to keep him to 0 points. And now he's going to have the choice. He's going to choose bottom, and all he's got to do is get out. Easier said than done. But
well, there's a lot of fireworks to be had on their feet. We saw them both engaged into high risk, high reward throws on their feet, big bear hugs and double overhooks. So if he can get his head up and get a foot up, getting that head up so he can get a foot up is really key in this position. And the Winterset wrestler's doing a great job of pressuring forward.
Yep.
Will he get patient or rush it? That's a good.
Back up to his feet. Good turn.
Out. Yeah.
Noah takes a 1-0 lead.
Inside position is key here.
Here comes your fireworks. Minute and a half left of
90 seconds.
Most likely both of them looking for some type of big throw action.
My prediction is it won't end 1-0, right? There's a lot of wrestling to happen here. But these are both two very quality opponents. Not their first rodeo. And I like Noah tying up an arm, being purposeful.
Recognizing right away that he doesn't like that grip and creating some space. The other thing that you get with heavyweights when you get 5 minutes into a match is typically you get a little bit slower and can get people out of position, which helps create those big moves.
Yep. Just being smart here. He's got his hips back. Winterset's bumping into him. I don't think this is a stalling situation, but that was a good adjustment by Noah. And Now, backing out of bounds can be an automatic stall.
Although driving him out of bounds can be too.
Yep.
Either way, I think 30 seconds left.
That's a good adjustment by Noah. Get a takedown, make a statement here. Make a statement. Step up.
Now he's got 17 seconds.
Yep.
Vanderlinden takes a takedown for a 2-1 lead.
Yep.
Locked hands.
We are tied up.
And if he can get away here, that's going to be a win. Actually, that's a stall right there if he doesn't. So with the 1 point for locked hands and the 1 point for an escape, Noah's going to take a 3-2 victory to start us off tonight.
The only thing I'd like to point out, other than the great action in this match, was my feeling we weren't going to end 1-0. A lot of fireworks. That's what's happened once you get two very good athletes wrestling heavyweight. You're going to see a lot of things happen. That was a good win for Noah and a good match for Vanderlinden. They will see each other at the conference again probably, and I wouldn't
a few weeks.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
So 106 pounds, Kobe Pfizer is going to receive a forfeit victory. Kobe coming in ranked number 8. That'll move him to 15-4 on the season. And Winterset has a wrestler to weigh in there, but I don't know that they think he's – well, I guess I don't even know that he's here. I shouldn't speculate whether they withheld him from a match with Kobe or if they just –
Well, you know, I think there's a lot of criticism in wrestling for forfeits, but
oh, here we go. It looks like he's getting – this is their 106-pounder. So we don't have a 113-pounder tonight, apparently. So Gavin George is going to receive a forfeit at 113 pounds, making it 9-6 for a team score. Reed Foster going to receive a forfeit victory at 120 pounds. Reed coming in 13-4, now 14-4, ranked number 9.
That's a lot of firepower to not see matches.
Now moving on to 126 pounds. It looks like we're going to have a match for the Blue Jays. Number 8 ranked, 14-3, senior Matthew McCray versus junior Niall Benj, 13-6 for the Huskies. McCray is typically a very explosive wrestler. We'll see what Niall has to go with it. Real nice takedown attempt, but Benj was able to fight it off to start with, but McCray comes around backside, gets the takedown.
Of all the talent we're going to see tonight, he's one of the more explosive guys you're going to see who's capable of big points at any time. I just like his freewheeling approach, right?
Yeah. There's tremendous pace typically with his matches, and for fans that are wrestling fans, that's typically exciting. For fans that aren't wrestling fans, it's usually definitely an eye-opening experience for them when you see that much action.
And he's not afraid to go toe-to-toe and let it rip.
Niall's going to get an escape there as he forces his way out front. 2-1 now. McCray in on a shot again. Going to get the takedown, has the arm trapped. Benj able to get that arm out. 4-1 lead right now for McCray, trying the suck back. Still has that wing in, trying to drive him over that. He got called for potentially dangerous the last time, had it a little high. This time he's got it lower, almost to the back points, and there are the swipes for back points right now. Looking for the pin, a very uncomfortable position to be as the bottom guy. You're just not meant to bend that way.
Well, and you know, Matthew McCray's a load for other state placers to wrestle, right? I mean, he's somebody that you're not excited to wrestle because he's super dynamic and capable, and you know, Niall coming in with a 13-6 record certainly is very, very respectable, but this kid's a lot to handle.
So right now the ref is holding a 3-point near fall, but since he never let go of the chicken wing, he hasn't awarded them yet, so he's not getting more back point swipes, but he's looking for a pin right now, which he's not going to get. They're going to run to the end of the period. He'll get the 3 points now, and it'll be 7-1 after the first period. Red's going to defer. McCrae's going to choose bottom. As I said, the Huskies come in 2-2, they're 2-2 in conference. They have victories over ADM and Gilbert and losses to Carlisle and Ballard. We have seen Ballard. We came out victorious in a really exciting one here in this gym as McCrae gets the reversal. And that one came down to a final pin from Noah Winger. So we did get the advantage there. We still have Carlisle and Carroll to see in conference, as well as Gilbert. 2 back points there for McCrae, moving up to 11-1. But that's what's on the docket coming up for the Blue Jays. Obviously, exciting to be able to try to win a conference dual team tournament, and wrestling the tournament side of it as well is a big piece to that. And so that'll happen later in January. But Blue Jays will keep trying to take everybody out as they see them.
I think the dual format is a lot of fun. You know, we've seen some great matchups in the conference, and brings a lot of fans out tonight. We've got a great crowd, home crowd here. Really makes a neat school environment.
Again, we're holding the 3 near fall until he lets go of the chicken wing. We'll see if he chooses to. He's looking for a pin still with it. So it's going to be potentially dangerous on the angle of that chicken wing going over.
Coach might give him the neutral sign and may just say, hey, let's go feet to back again.
So with that 3-point, it's a 14-1 lead. A 15-point lead at any point would result in a technical termination. That 1-point escape makes it 14-2. So a 12-point lead here for Matthew.
He's a guy that can go feet to back in a hurry, and
so here he's either going to get the pin. I mean, he's going to look for the turn. No, just kidding. He wants the escape and takedown.
Well, and I think the other thing is he's making it look very easy.
Yeah.
But it's really a quality opponent, and he's just got a lot of firepower.
And there he's got a chance. Well, wasn't able to keep him to his back, so that's going to end that match 18-3 in the second period. Tech fall for Matthew McCrae, which brings us to a team score of 20-6. And we'll move on to 132 pounds for the Blue Jays. Number 3 ranked senior Connor Pfizer, 15-2. And it looks like the Huskies are going to send out freshman Cale Hirsch. He's 8-7 on the season.
You know, some duels you get matchups where the best versus the best are there, and sometimes you get some matchups where you've got a senior versus a freshman.
Yep.
And here's one of those examples where Connor Pfizer is really a surgeon, right? He's a master technician, very smooth, very strategic.
He got the takedown already, looking to try to drive that half. Going to let him back up. Not uncommon with Connor to try to get a few takedowns to start before he looks for that pin. I don't know if it's a personal thing where he has a desire to have a certain number of takedowns, or if it's just the comfort level that the risk isn't as big of a deal.
You know, I think the other piece of it is getting into a rhythm. You get into a rhythm, things just fall together. And I think getting his timing and his technique down is very important to him, and it opens other things up. But I'm just looking at the lineup, and we didn't get to see Reed Foster, who's a very talented wrestler, very accomplished. Mm-hmm. You think about that practice room, Foster, McCrae, Pfizer, that's a pretty rugged group of 3. Your toughest matches are going to be in the practice room a lot of nights. With those highly ranked guys right in a row.
They have the old saying, iron sharpens iron, and
right.
That's definitely
there's a lot of
what
iron
you're getting
in there.
Yep.
Yeah, Connor's game has evolved where he has become much more capable on top, very good underneath. He's always been silky smooth, and he makes it look so easy. It's frustrating for a normal human to watch him. And say, you know, it's not fair. But he's put hours into it.
You're giving yourself a lot of credit there, calling yourself a normal human.
Aging and feeble.
6-2 lead here for Connor. Looking to get some back points before we move to half, and that's really tight, and that's going to be a fall with 8 seconds to go in the first period.
You know, I failed to mention the Pfizer dynasty, the eldest intends to be a teacher. So that's pretty exciting for schools to think about trying to recruit him early.
You know a place that might be interested in trying to bring in a kid like that, huh?
I do. He's somebody that looks really good in blue.
He transitioned to purple for a little bit, but
you know, that's fine.
It's close enough for now.
Nothing wrong with
So as we move to 138 pounds, we're going to have Colton Carpenter coming in 1-0 on the season at varsity. Had a little bit of a late start to the season versus Jace Jensen, a sophomore from Winterset, 6-6. The Jensen name, a pretty frequent name for the Huskies as well, similar to that Pfizer type of name, as they just keep showing up in the roster year after year after year.
Colton's an athlete that's put the time in. He's been somebody that's gone to the weight room. He's gone to additional practices in the off season. He's really worked to prepare himself to be in the lineup.
A little awkward position here, trying to look for the neck wrench stump type. But
yeah, stay square, stay safe.
We're still neutral here. They're going to go out of bounds. No points awarded, but maybe a little bit of a wake up. Oh, we got some blood. As our fantastic Sarah Moss is out there to help clean that up, and
her counterpart Brandt is no shabby trainer either. We've been lucky to have a great duo for a many number of years in both of them, and Select Physical Therapy. This is a non-paid comment. The other thing I was going to mention is Photos by Ben has been just a great district partner also. I see him in the corner taking action shots. Colton with a nice shot here. Let's see if he can finish this.
No points yet.
Going to the head. He's going for the 5. Nope. Coming around.
I like the idea, though, looking for it, and then, all right, if it's not there, try to secure your 2. He's going to try and.
If he really turns his left hip down hard, that will open that up. He'll get that hand off his leg. See how he's kind of square with his legs? If he turns that opposite hip down hard, maybe he can get a crossface in that'll persuade the Winterset athlete. Oh, he's got his knee kind of bent.
I don't like that angle.
I do not.
I don't.
I like a stalemate right here. Let's get a fresh start. You can waste a lot of time in this scenario.
Now Jensen doing a good job collecting that far ankle. Actually in a solid position. Colton has that back foot though, so
I just don't.
There's been about 45 seconds in this position with no actual change. I really like that to be a stalemate, keep the action going, but we're going to end in that spot, tied at 0-0.
You can see that's a tough call for the official. Almost had it, didn't have it. You know, it's just a seesaw battle.
Jensen's going to defer. Carpenter's going to pick down. Jensen holding the stomach a little bit. Not sure if he's just winded or feeling a little nauseous. Or
sometimes you got that post weigh-in
food rush.
Yeah, or he may have taken a shot to the stomach.
Yeah.
You know, knocked the wind out of you. You want to collect that arm back. That's There we go. There we go.
Coming up to his feet.
There we go. There we go.
And nice balance from Colton.
Very good.
No point awarded yet.
Slide his hips down.
Yep.
We call that happy hips. He's got to move his hips back and forth.
Just like that. And he gets the 1-point escape. I don't know that he could hear you, but I think Coach Wonderland had the same idea. So, and nice reshot there by Colton.
That's what wins matches, is having the foresight to. I think you're right. I think he's got an issue. But credit Colton for seeking seeing the opportunity and taking that shot, a good shot, and getting it to go up 3-0.
That chain wrestling really opens up opportunities. You know, you can get really good at a single move, but if you can string those moves together, you help fight off any type of defense they can have.
And as a coach, I always would hope for an athlete to go out there and battle and pull the trigger on those things and take some shots versus 0-0 for 3 periods.
Yeah.
And 11-10 is a lot better than 1-0 because you're giving yourself an opportunity to win versus hoping the other guy makes a mistake. I'm not really sure what happened there, but hopefully he's all right.
So we'll start as they fix the clock here. There you go, 1:12.
Right into a switch.
Jensen gets the 2-point reversal.
You know what? I think hopefully, yep, that's all right.
Into the shot again. Same position for Carpenter, trying to get his hips back, but Jensen doing a better job collecting his upper leg assist.
He was blocking the knees. Yep, he's blocking the knees. He's got a slide. Too much weight came off his hips. What happened there?
Somebody's bleeding again.
Right before a scoring series, you like that's good for Bondurant. That wasn't so good for Winterset.
So a lot of times you'll see that go just a little bit longer, and they won't worry as much about the blood. But it's tough because you also he is bleeding.
Yeah, it's the correct call.
Yeah,
it's one depending on which side of the bench you're on.
You're either really excited or really frustrated by it. Yep. So second period with 35 seconds remaining. Carpenter really trying to shrug him by.
Almost a throw by, almost a little shuck. Yeah, he's doing a nice job with the little whizzer, quarter Nelson there. He's got to shoot that right leg back. He's giving him the leg a little. There we go.
There you go. And that's going to be a 2-point takedown for Colton, giving him a 6-2 lead. Try and ride him out for 10 seconds. A nice crossface there.
You can't say enough about the guts. When you score in the last 10, 15 seconds of a period, it really makes a statement. It really takes the momentum and the heart away from the other athlete.
So a real nice period there from Colton, taking a 6-2 lead. Jensen will have choice, and you have a coach telling him down, and he doesn't really seem to think that's the right move, but he's going with it anyway.
Well, I'll tell you, he's got a lot of tools. Jensen's showing he's got some tools there. He's just hasn't put them all together yet tonight, but he's got some nice things. Here we go with looks like he's out.
There's a good adjustment there from Colton as he tried that that switch again, and Colton was ready for it that time. Now he's looking for the suck back.
On your toes. As Colton continues to develop, those little things of being on your toes, those tiny adjustments really translate into big differences. He's looking for a near cradle again, I think.
6-2 still the lead. Trying to secure or stay behind him so he doesn't give up anything while also looking for a turn.
This is another
that's a bad angle on that knee.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep. Yeah. Now, we don't know. Carpenter could be Gumby, right? Some kids, that's a major injury to their knees. Other kids, it's like that's their natural positioning. It's just their geometry of their knees.
As I'm getting older, I feel that pain in my knee when it's not even happening to me. So I'm much more cognizant of it.
Well, and as an official, your job is first to protect the wrestler. Nice sit-out by Jensen. But I don't know that he's
no escape awarded yet. There's still Carpenter in control, 6-2.
Grab an ankle and just stalemate it. Stay in there. He's doing a good job of managing the match, not giving him much. He's got the inside leg. This might go to a turn.
Might drive him over it, yeah.
Yeah, be patient.
And Jensen's just hanging on to that leg, hoping not to go over.
Yeah, hook a back leg.
30 seconds remaining. A little desperation time on bottom now as you got to do something. Carpenter's able to get back behind. I think at this point you probably just ride it out if possible and take that 6-2 win. And if he gets away here, he gets away here. Not a huge change in anything.
I like ankles and put him in a position where he's not dangerous, right? This is up on his feet. He's got a little more Good win for Colton Carpenter. Varsity debut at home.
Yeah. He did get one other varsity match in the Ken Essling duels.
Okay.
So he was actually 1-0 at varsity.
Good.
First win of the 2024 season, or calendar year, I should say. Moving on to 144 pounds for the Blue Jays, junior Blake Briley coming in at 6-1 versus junior Gavin Day, 16-4 for the Huskies. I believe they met last year, and Gavin won in a JV match between these two. So Blake will be looking to right that. Nice little neck wrench attempt. Good action there from Day to keep that leg and roll through. Trying it again, not able to. And Gavin Day is going to get the takedown to strike first. Team scored 29-6 here. Advantage Blue Jays.
Got a little bit of a tough sledding for Winterset coming up these next couple weights.
Got an escape to a takedown back. Yep. So 4-1. We're halfway through the duel right now. 7 matches in, 7 matches to go.
Well, Gavin, on paper, 16-4. He's had a lot of wins in this mid-season.
Yeah, it's always interesting the different ways people can rack up match numbers, because sometimes you just miss duels because of injury or whatever. But, in the right spot in a tournament, you can end up with 5 or 6 matches where, a kid like Connor who rolls through the front side might end up with a bye and 2 wins, and he only had 2 matches on the day.
Yeah. Third place finisher has 5 or 6.
Yep.
By the way, that's a change this year. You can now wrestle 6 matches in a day. Little known fact.
That's a long day.
It is.
It's going to be hard to wrestle 6 matches in a day, though, if you keep winning. Usually that's a consolation side bracket issue, which I knew much better than I did the front side of the bracket.
I don't think you're going to see dual tournaments purposely scheduling 6 matches. I think it's purely you still are limited to 10 matches in 2 days, I believe.
Okay. End of the first period. Day's going to have a 4-1 lead. Green defers. Red's going to choose down. So Briley will get his chance to work on top. Day looked like he was looking for a switch. Briley's got him up in the air.
Got to be careful there.
Yep. He returned him safely, and then they went out of bounds. That was actually pretty impressive for them to be standing in that position with nobody moving.
Balance and strength, impressive. Both very, very good athletes, no doubt.
And that's going to be the 1-point escape for Day, so it'll be a 5-1 lead. Puts you probably into where Briley would prefer. I know he had a fair amount of Greco-Roman work that he was doing this offseason, and so you get more tie-ups and things like that as their arm attacks. So
going after the far leg.
He really needs to get back up.
Little stretched out there. Yep. Tough.
Good action from Day.
Yeah, good go behind for Day.
So a 7-1 lead here for Day. Reminder, 8-point lead at the end of the match would be a major decision that's worth 14 points. And if you're the Huskies, you're looking to try to find any bonus points you can right now because our next 3 wrestlers are ranked wrestlers and going to be tough matchups, I imagine.
Yeah, that's a tough row to hoe there. The next couple, he's got a deep half here. That is going to be trouble.
No, Blake was able to pull that off. That was a real good adjustment there. As you're right, that was a deep half, and oftentimes results in a pin when it's that deep.
Well, showing both flexibility and strength because that's difficult to get out of.
Oh,
he was over the leg versus under the leg. This is going to be tough for him to get out of.
I think we were a little slow on the count there for the near fall, so probably avoided some near fall points to our benefit. Briley gets back to his stomach. 10 seconds remaining in the second period. A little high there from Day, although it looks like he kind of feels comfortable there.
Yeah, Yep. He looks like a leg guy.
Time. That should not be 2. And they did not. Okay, because he didn't turn him until 1 second was on the clock. So we're going to 7-1 at the end of the second.
So now's a chance to say, hey, what do you think about the 3-point takedown collegiately? Do you think that's something that might move?
I really like it collegiately. I think it creates the action. I'm not as big of a fan in high school. I think the level of expertise at college, it forces action. In high school, I think it probably eliminates some action and eliminates the top and bottom skill sets. What do we got here?
Potentially dangerous on a not sure about that. I don't have the angle that the official had. I don't know if he was signaling there was a choke there.
Yeah.
Whoa, this could be trouble.
Hips high, but maybe not crossing over yet.
Yeah, no, I think that's an excellent point. Collegiately also has riding time. Oh, that's...
Went for an awkward throw and put himself in a bad spot, and that's... Boy, it's going to be a tough... I don't know how you awarded the back points yet. Or was that the takedown that he just awarded? It doesn't matter. It's going to result in a fall. Gavin Day is victorious.
Well, I think you have to tip your hat to Blake for making the effort to try to get the win.
Yeah.
You know, some guys try to keep it close. He said, hey, I want to dig out of this hole and try to win the match.
Yep. So now coming into 150 pounds for the Huskies, Jax Jensen, a sophomore, 16-3, versus number 3 ranked sophomore Nolan Fellers, 15-2 on the season, third place finisher last year at 138 pounds at 3A. Nolan, a very accomplished wrestler. Obviously, like I said, a third place finish as a freshman at a midweight really at 138 pounds is not quite as common, and he's a man that creates action as well.
One of the tougher weights, though, with the quality skill level of who won it and who was second.
Well, your winner was now a Hawkeye, and your runner-up is going to be a Cyclone next year. So
and Jax Jensen is quite an accomplished wrestler himself.
Yeah.
Certainly off to a great start.
Although Nolan kicks off the scoring with a takedown, now trying to work that arm. Nolan does have quite a bit of success from the top position. Really just knows how to work different angles with those arms and really put the opponent in uncomfortable situations.
Well, and Nolan's a little bit like Matthew McCray, where he's not afraid to let it fly, and he's going to force action because he knows he's got the skill set to come back if he fumbles or misses something.
If there's time left, he feels good.
Yeah.
Escape led into another takedown for Nolan as a 4-1 lead now. Tilt action, has that arm trapped behind his back.
A lot of people might be confused why this athlete's going over. He's got a lot of pressure on that arm, and it's hard to see what's going on with it when it's covered like that.
You can try and drag that wrist back. Again, Nolan, just a lot of action there.
Not afraid to come out front.
Going to get the 1-point escape as he lost him going out of bounds, 4-2, and probably, boy, that looked really fast, maybe too fast.
He's a head scratcher.
He's
right?
quick.
Yeah,
6-2 now with that takedown.
And again, he makes it look effortless, which is frustrating to people, right? Or opponents, opposing coaches. It's like, hey, is he even trying?
So end of the first period, Nolan's going to have a 6-2 lead. Decision to the Husky wrestler. He defers to Nolan. Personally, I'm not a big fan in that position to do that because you might only get one chance at picking.
No. But he also knows that Nolan's probably going to take down, so if he wanted to take top, that plays into his hand.
Nolan's going to work that reverse. Has that leg turked still.
Just a very unconventional reversal, but he's very comfortable in that situation and dangerous.
And there he's got just kind of popped that far shoulder under.
Yeah, the back foot that he had also really puts what we call a back bow, very difficult, very painful for the defensive wrestler too.
So that 3-point near fall gives him an 11-2 lead. Trying to pull that near leg in, has that chicken wing in now. Going to try and do the same move from the opposite side. Oh, pulls him all the way over.
Yep. Here we go again. Here's going to be a little tilt.
I don't know if he can get from there. Readjustment, though, and that looks like it is.
I'm not sure what's not 45
there. 2. All right, now we're only going to get a 2 count.
High school's 45, college is
watch
90.
that arm.
Coach
Potentially
Christensen
dangerous.
letting the official know how he feels.
Yeah, I don't disagree with him. That was
Nope.
that was something that should have been stopped earlier, and it was the secondary official that even called it out. The main official couldn't see it from that angle. 13-2 lead. I know you've dabbled in some officiating now. I don't know how much you've had a secondary official with you, though.
Yeah, I've done both, and to be honest with you, it's tougher than advertised. The assistant official is there for support, but generally silent and not vocal in the match. Locked hands, starting position, out of bounds, they're helpful. I think it's very helpful in a pinning position when the main official is looking for the fall. The assistant official can, sometimes there's some things going on they can't see. Creates greater safety for the athletes, I think.
Nolan with the 13-2 lead takes him out of bounds. Still going to be on the top position as we near the end of the second. Really just working those positions from the top and putting a lot of pressure uncomfortably on those arms, and really just makes you not want to be out there as an opponent.
No, and what he's doing from the top position is very punishing, but at the same time, it's not a lot of energy expended on his part. He's not breathing hard. The defensive wrestler's not. That's just not fair. That's a great low ankle snatch there. Very difficult to defend.
Now 15-2 lead. We'll see if he looks for a turn, looks for a fall. What we're going to do here is Nolan's got some choice to make on how he wants to try to secure this victory.
I think he's going to go for the turn. That would be his
MO.
Yeah. And if he gets high and loses it, he'll
bail out that.
Yeah.
So 15-3, 12-point lead right now.
That I wouldn't advise.
Making him mad?
Well, I don't think it's necessary, right?
Yeah.
I think it was an error on the other. I don't think that's something maybe he intended to do, but Nolan's a guy who will go upstairs and throw you over his head. He's just got a very diverse skill set.
That's going to go out of bounds with no point awarded.
I think the defensive wrestler never left the mat, so tough edge call, but.
You're also about to kick the cheerleaders, and that might have been a part of his decision.
Yeah.
Nolan looking for that throw action. Oh, nice drop down.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
So 17-3. Next point will end this. So you see him probably looking for a turn, hopefully all the way to his – oh, just kidding. Every time I think that.
He goes for a upper body throw and snags an ankle. That's great mat awareness. That's a lot of skill and practice.
Oh. They're going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, that was good. Good for Jax Jensen showing some fire, and he's not done. He's not going to give it up. That's a quality opponent. A lot of people would have given up 10 points ago.
Or 7 pressures on that arm ago. And that takedown will end it.
19-4.
19-4. Technical fall for Nolan Fellers. Moving the Blue Jays up to 34.
Over a high-quality opponent. No easy deal.
So, let's see. 5 matches to go. 157 pounds for the Blue Jays. Number 6 ranked Jack Lewis versus junior Kane Kybers. 9-6 on the season for the Huskies. Jack missed a little bit of time, so only 7-2 on the year for him, but definitely someone who can create action in a hurry, as you see right there. Gets the quick takedown. Escape for Kane. Very similar body structures here from these two, so can create some interesting matchups because you've got a lot of athleticism, I think, from both wrestlers.
Yeah. Jack is very methodical, very calculated, doesn't have any apparent weaknesses, so he's very solid. He's not going to put himself in a bad position. Very workmanlike in his performance. He's not somebody that's going to take big chances. He's going to nickel and dime you and rack up points that way.
4-1 lead now for Jack. We won't ask his parents if he has any weaknesses. They might have a difference of opinion.
No. But that's what I really like about him is if he's got a 2-point lead, you feel pretty good about it because he's not a guy that gets out of position, that does anything silly.
Just slipped on that big throw. So 4-2 lead right now. Caleb Young. Is that a good comparison?
Yeah, both handsome guys, right? Very methodical, not gonna do anything silly. He's gonna be in your face for 6 minutes. He's not gonna back down. Jack after a tournament has a lot of red marks on his face because he's in everybody's face, driving forward, pressuring, doing a great job.
Takedown gives him 6-2 lead. 23 seconds still remaining in the first.
Yeah, three takedowns in the first period. He's off to a good start.
Jack finished up on the podium last year's as well at the now missing 152-pound weight.
Yeah, he's got doesn't look like he has a wrist. He's working on one. There he is. That'll help.
Not a lot of time.
No.
So I think he's just really going to end up with inflicting some uncomfortable positioning as he goes into the second period with the 6-2 lead.
Well, the smartest thing you can do is keep your foot on the gas. If you're on top and you're working for a turn, you're in good shape. When you back off and try to ride a period out, not as effective.
Jack's going to be on bottom to start the second period here.
He collects the hands. He stands up, working to get his hips out. Textbook escape.
So 7-2 now for Lewis with the lead. Nice fireman's dump attempt there.
Very good. And a very athletic defense to it, too.
They're going to go out of bounds in the neutral position.
That's frustrating for the Winterset wrestler to hit a perfect move and just not get it.
Well, hand fighting here with 1.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Nice double leg switch to a single leg outside sweep and coming around behind for Jack's next takedown.
Again, it's that constant pressure that's really hard to deal with as an opponent.
That's his fourth takedown of the match. 9-2 lead for him.
It's very Connor Pfizer-like of him.
Yeah, it's something. His intentional releases from Connor historically were way more clear.
Yeah, and but he's a guy that scores in transition. So letting him up, taking him down, things are going to happen. You turn 2 into 5 into a fall.
Well, and I think a lot of times with Connor, as you get that escape with Connor, you see like he's just so fast that you could know what he's doing and just not see it before it already happened. Whereas, Jack, he's seeing something that you don't see because he's just looking for so many different things. So he finds so many different things he can take advantage of, whereas Connor always seems to get what he wants.
Yeah.
Jack doesn't necessarily have one thing he's looking for. He's just looking to score, and he's waiting to see what you give him.
He snaps. He throws by. Takedown. Very, very methodical.
That's
physical.
5 takedowns and 4 different ways of getting it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, tough guy to scout.
11-3 lead Going into the third, going to choose neutral position. So right now, Jack's in the major decision territory for 4 points for the team. If you're the Winterset wrestler, you're still looking for a win, but you're looking to score points and try to save any type of team points you can. It might not make a difference at this point in the team duel, but it does make a difference as you work to build success on the season as Jack gets another takedown.
Yeah, and honestly, I would I'd like to see him go back. Jack's got a little too much, not enough weight on on his shoulders to get that turn. The Winterset wrestler had a nice carry. We haven't seen that again. Like, that's another.
Yeah. Still in the top position for Jack.
A little caution on green.
Yep.
Sure.
I kind of anticipated that whistle too. Quick to the feet for Kane. Nice trip there from Jack, and that's going to be the 1 point escape.
Yeah.
I don't think Kane liked the trip. Very, as an Iowa fan, Alex Marinelli trip is what that is for me because of how many times he did it in matches.
Well, it serves a purpose because it's very unsettling.
Yeah.
It's the defensive wrestlers taking a little break and not expecting it, and you find yourself on your backside, and pretty frustrating.
13-4.
What's your predicted takedown here? We've seen just about everything. Well, how about
well, for a second I thought he was switching to a double, and then he went back off it. So
that's going to be no
escape. Yep. So 15-4. Jack going to try and get the escape point, but Kane dives back in on the leg, so the escape didn't happen. But he's going to try and suck this leg in, see if he can create some type of reverse takedown on it. But
yeah, and Kane's a savvy wrestler, so you got to be careful. You can't get lazy here at the end.
Stalemate that. No action. Jack's pointing to something on the mat, but I don't know if he thought there was a little blood.
A little courtesy. Yeah. Sure, we're going to do a cleanup aisle 3.
So 31 seconds remaining in the match. Really, I would say both wrestlers look like they're still ready to go. Neither one looks, necessarily gassed in any way. Good athletic, process here.
So he's indicated optional start, which means he's probably going to come out front and try to horse him over for some back points.
Going to just let the escape happen right back in, trying to get the double leg. Just pressure him right off. 15-5, neutral position, 16.6 seconds left. The risk reward here for Jack isn't real high because unless you take him down right to his back, it's going to end as a major decision. But 5 seconds remaining here. We're probably going to end up finishing this match squared up like this. And Jackson Lewis victorious at 157 pounds, 15-5 is the final for a major decision, bringing the team score 38-12.
And were there 6 or 7 takedowns in that match?
And 7.
Yeah.
165 pounds, number 9 ranked Jordan Ryle going to win by forfeit.
That's unfortunate for the home crowd. Another savvy wrestler that's fun to watch.
Coming in at 175 pounds, freshman Chase Ryle. He's also going to win by forfeit. And this is ending way faster than I expected. 190 pounds now for the Blue Jays. Junior Brayton Gipple, 12-6 on the season. Going to face Carson Bellamy, senior, 14-5 for the Huskies.
So to be fair, not a very typical lineup from Winterset. Having a lot of open weights is not normal.
Yep. Oh, nice takedown from Gipple there. Yeah, definitely not. Typically they have more wrestlers out there. I know there's at least 2 wrestlers that I expected to see that are standard starters for them that aren't in the lineup tonight. No idea if it's injury or anything else, but definitely a little bit of a hurt there. They also had a heavy senior lineup last year.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, you're going to have that. Braden Gipple with a very nice takedown to open things up. He's got good length for a 90-pounder.
Yep. Gipple, a kid who really about the same weight as he was last year, but you can tell he's just kind of he's grown as the big men grow from being maybe a little thicker to just bulking up a bit.
Yeah, he's what a good cradle. That's huge. That is huge. If he gets his knee in the side, no.
Might have got an elbow to the face to get out of that.
That's not. Yeah, that you don't enjoy the elbow.
So, well, you got your opportunity to do something back, I guess. 4-0 lead.
He can't hear me. My number one rule on a cradle is always have a cross face. Then you don't get the elbow.
Yeah.
And it's a little more secure. But, no, he's definitely spent some time in the weight room. He's matured a little bit physically. I don't think he's done. He's got enormous feet.
Well, if he does keep growing, we got a junior at 190 and 215, and a senior at heavyweight, so they can
that's
figure that out.
No, I wouldn't be surprised to see them both up a weight next year.
Yeah, that's a real nice mat return there from Gipple.
Yeah, and again, that's what Salt's matches away is the mat return. One of the Big Ten personalities, Shane Sparks, his favorite thing is a mat return, in fact. Can he finish out 4-0?
It'll be a really solid first period if he can keep him down here. Really good positioning right now. Has a lot of pressure on Bellamy.
If it's Green's choice, are you deferring? No, it's Red's choice.
It's Red's choice. He defers. I might go neutral.
Yeah. I don't want to find out what.
Yeah.
That's the skeptic in me.
Yep. Now, alternatively, all right, figure out, what the other wrestler has, because it's the conference opponent. You get a chance to see him later potentially. So
now it looks genius.
Yeah.
Great call. Go down, coach.
Yep.
When somebody's 14-5, you're in the back of your head. You're wondering he's got something somewhere. He's got a turn, a throw, a side roll.
So 5-0 lead here for Gipple. Working some tie-ups, trying to fight some hand control.
Yeah, hand control is huge. What a
nice double.
Oh, nope, finish it. Oh,
good. Nope. I thought he had it. I thought he had it.
Cross face, spin. Keep moving. Ankle. He's got
the ankle. Drive that cross. Oh.
You know what? That was a nice double. He just let up for a half a second, and Bellamy took advantage of it.
I feel like he saw the opening that he was going to go straight to his back, so he went higher, which
might have surprised him a little getting in so easy, right?
Oh, they might have been victims of the transfer portal as well, apparently, based off a text message I just got. So, we feel you on that one. Having a ranked wrestler shortly before mid-season transfer to a team to the south.
That's it's unfortunate, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a fair complaint by Mr. Gipple.
Yeah.
The slap. He gave him. Hold on here. You got to tell him. He gave him one.
So he gave him a point for the penalty.
Yeah, which is a little surprising. I think we're going to see another freight train double here.
6-0 lead for Gipple. 14 seconds remaining. If you wanted to go for it, now's a good time.
I'm probably going to hold it now. I don't like his. I think we're going to get another penalty point. It's getting a little chippy from the Winterset wrestler. Gipple's a nice human being.
Yeah,
he's not naturally going to.
And he's looking to Coach Dykey saying, how do you want me to handle this?
Yeah.
Because you're getting the hand right on the throat from him as well.
You weather the storm and you don't retaliate, because that's the fatal flaw if you retaliate. Cross face.
A little late on that escape for Bellamy.
And again, I think the only adjustment I'd make for him is let's get the breakdown first and then cradle. Be patient. Yeah. We saw that a little bit at heavyweight where he did a great job being patient, Bellamy on the scorecard is winning the street fight. Gipple is winning the wrestling match. Is that wrong to say?
I mean, that's probably true. He has more contact to the head.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
If you're scoring jabs.
I've never tried to score a boxing match, so I guess,
Nor have I, frankly. No, Gipple's maintaining his composure. He's frustrated the Winterset athlete, which is good. Quarter
good
Nelson.
Job getting his hips back.
Nope.
Trying to cut the corner maybe a little too fast. Recognized it, slowed it down.
Yep. See how his head is over? He's got to get his head up and hips in. You got to really push the belt buckle in here to keep your weight heavy. So you don't want him to be able to lift you up.
2 point, not a big deal yet. That's just a reach back. That's another penalty point because he reached back to cock for that punch.
And that is 2. And like I said, on the boxing card, he is doing pretty well.
So another penalty point like that would be worth 2, and then a fourth is disqualification, right?
That's my belief. Let's see if I don't think we're done with the penalty points.
Yeah, there's still 50 seconds left.
Because he's going to get frustrated on top.
Yep.
Because Gipple's going to shut down a little, as he should.
So 8-3 now with the escape.
Now, Gipple's got to get his backside to the center of the mat. Keep rotating. Grab his hands. Good shot. Little more setup on the shot.
Yeah, but I also like the action because it keeps you away from taking another shot to the head.
Yeah.
And at 25 seconds, you're not going to get enough stalls for it to matter. But
well, I think there you go. Hips in hard, belt buckle in hard. Hips in hard.
And 5 seconds remaining.
Yep, he's unweighting a little bit, and that's giving the Winterset athlete a little shot.
And that's going to be an 8-3 victory for Brayton Gipple.
Really, really solid performance against a really solid opponent. Good for him. That's impressive.
53-12, the current score. And now for the Huskies, number 7 ranked 18-2, Jaden Cooper, a junior. For the Blue Jays, junior Andrew Hockett, 10-7 on the season.
Jaden Cooper had a big win over Ballard.
Christensen?
Henry Christensen the other night.
Okay.
Pre-Christmas break. Pre-holiday break, rather.
Quick out-of-bounds reset here.
I don't know what weight Cooper was at last year.
Well, because they had a couple bigger guys that had some success last year.
Right,
so
right.
I feel like he might have actually been at this weight last year. 2-point takedown for Cooper as they go out of bounds. If you're looking for some conference opponent action, Ballard beat ADM. Carroll's about to finish beating ADM, so the Carroll versus Ballard duel could be a really good one if you get done hanging out with us and want to check out some more quality Raccoon River Conference wrestling. Carroll and Ballard, I think, both have 1 loss on the season for duels in conference. Ballard's loss being to us. Carroll being to...
Boy,
I don't know who Carroll's is to. It wasn't to Carlisle because they beat Carlisle.
That Ballard duel was a heck of a one. If you missed it, you can go back and watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. That Blue Jay digital feed, it stays up there. You can check it out later.
I won't spoil the out. We did win, but it came down to an incredible performance.
That might have spoiled the outcome.
Yeah. I think the unbeaten thing comment might have spoiled the outcome.
Yeah, touche.
But it did come down to an exciting end.
I'm really not sure necessarily. Oh, he does have a power half on that side there. Oh, watch that arm. Didn't really like the way that angle was coming back in. Maybe it was fine.
Between Cooper and Vanderlinden, they got some athletic upper weights there.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were helpful on the gridiron. He's getting a little high.
Oh, nope. Apparently he's got something though. That's wrong side for us, but picked up 2 near fall. It's going to be 4-0 after the first. Hockett's going to get choice. He's going to defer. Cooper's going to choose bottom, which might be what Hockett would have wanted anyway. Struggled to get out from underneath that last time, so. Matt return attempt. Going to drive him out.
Yeah, that they'll let that go once or twice, but then they'll probably hit one of the wrestlers either for running out or getting shoved out. Hockett wisely grabbing the ankle, got a drive, lift and drive.
1 point escape there. Cooper gets the takedown as they go out of bounds. Nice foot control there from Cooper to stop himself from following too quickly. So Cooper has the arm trying to work a tilt there. Hockett's able to roll back through. Good follow so far from Cooper. Good way to keep going there. A little high.
Very high. You know, what we've seen with Cooper is he's pretty darn good with the legs, so he's recovered nicely.
So a minute remaining in the second, and not a lot Hockett can do from that spot as you're just hanging over his head. I like that. That's a good stalemate call.
Yeah.
There's nothing really for either one to do.
We've seen Hockett battle in some great matches, and Cooper here's got a really diverse skill set. He's got some nice takedowns, some nice turns. Little quick on.
It hasn't necessarily done a whole lot to get off from bottom, so I understand it because it's the second period now and they've been there. Good job getting up though.
Well, that ignited him.
There you
that
go.
ignited him a little bit.
All right.
Is he going to get an escape there?
There you go. I like the quick shot attempt. You didn't finish it, but you're going for it.
I like the aggressiveness. I like the heart.
As we mentioned earlier, the duel started at heavyweight, so this is the final match of the night. We'll have a Vision Bank Wrestler of the Night afterwards as well.
Boy, that's going to be a tough
7-1 after the second.
You usually veto any of my ideas, so I don't know.
I mean, I don't. I took away your choice last time because of how the meet ended.
I'm sensitive. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, we've had some we've had some good battles.
Good takedown there from Cooper, giving him a 9-1 lead.
Yeah, how do you you had a you've had a lot of you've had the impressive performances from the guys you expected it from. You got McCray, you got Pfizer.
Ooh. Hockett almost finished on top there.
You got Fellers, all very dominating matches. But then you had some great battles.
Yep.
You had some really neat performances. Winger pulling out a victory.
Gipples just now was a really good one, too.
A couple of freight train doubles. Look at Hockett. Another escape, 9-2. He's wearing his opponent down. Hockett is a I think he was rope-a-dope in the first couple periods. He's come alive in the third period, and he's a battler. I joke. There's a lot of good options for.
Good job slowing down that fireman's carry.
I think
he might be able to pull off a takedown counter here in a second.
You know what I would love to see? I would love to see him finish strong with a takedown and send a message that the next time we meet, let's go. I like that Hockett is in shape.
And he really, he hasn't – it might have looked like there wasn't a lot happening from the bottom position, but now that they're back out, he's not backing down.
Oh, good fake.
Yep.
Good fake and shot by Cooper.
And,
goes right into a turn, which –
You're 18-2 for a reason, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hockett's battling down there.
10 seconds remaining. And
good exchange.
3 near fall. Going to make the final 14-2.
Little chippy at the end.
Ironically, I think it was after what they should have stopped it. But 14-2 victory for Cooper. I mean, let's not pretend it's ever been really kind between the two teams. There's been some action for years. But 53-16 is the final, as that was a major to end it. And that's going to be a Blue Jay victory. They'll move on to 14-0 overall, 5-0 in conference. One final thing to do. We need a Vision Bank Wrestler of the Night. We're going to go 190 pounds. Brayton Gipple in a little bit of a street fight, but knocking off an opponent who was 14-5, a senior, a tough wrestler from Winterset. And Brayton came out and just kind of controlled the match, set the tone early, and followed through with it.
I think it was a real statement win for him. Again, I think you could have given it to a lot of people, but I think he really took the challenge on a really high-quality opponent and made a statement. And so I think he earned that distinction.
Yeah. So Brayton Gipple, the Vision Bank Wrestler of the Night. Vision Bank, see what we can do for you tonight for Blue Jays. That's another wrestling victory, and they'll move on to the weekend as they head down to the Roland Dyer tournament in Atlantic. Thanks for tuning in to Blue Jay Digital. Good night, and go Blue Jays.